Hi, my name is Jeremy Haskell. I'm with jobsintheus.com, and we're here at the Omni Mount Washington Hotel and Resort in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, for the inaugural Strategic HR New England Conference. And I'm joined now by Jen Shirkani from the Penumbra Group, and she just gave a talk on strategic leadership. So Jen, why don't you give us an idea of some of the key takeaways of your talk and some key pointers to remember.
Okay, so we talked a lot about the workforce today and what some of the challenges are of our employees, and engagement being a very popular topic, especially from a strategy standpoint, and what's required of leaders as we look at the future and who we want to be promoting, who we want to be developing, how important it is that they understand and have some sensitivity to engagement.
Sure.
And the challenges with it.
No, there certainly are. I mean, most folks are familiar with the the right management study that talks about the engaged and then the actively unengaged, and really talking about 70% of the workforce. And I really like the phrase that you used, the era of the depressed employee.
Yeah.
And that certainly is a challenge. But do you see any real opportunities for strategic leaders in this kind of a market to really turn things around and be a driving force?
I do. I think it's really easy in a lot of organizations weight very heavily the technical expert and tapping those people on the shoulder to promote. And I think what we really need to start introducing into the conversation is who are the people leaders. They may even not be the best technical person, but they've got all the attributes that engage followers, that are emotionally intelligent, that are able to assess engagement and diagnose engagement obstacles, and what to be looking for as you develop those folks for your future workforce.
Absolutely. And I'd imagine, obviously I work in the recruiting and hiring sphere, so I obviously understand those soft skills. What are some of the challenges that happen when you're talking with some of these high-level leaders, saying you need to, shy away from the technical? How do they respond to that kind of response?
Yeah, usually not well, because they really respond to the people who are the ones getting it done, as they might say. And so bringing in assessment tools that help you look at other attributes in a more quantitative way than just a qualitative way is, I think, really key for HR people. So that's, we introduced several different tools today that HR people can take and lay out the talent pool and then bring that to an executive committee and say, look, let's look at this from a more holistic standpoint, and not to minimize the technical skills, because those are important, but to give another element or angle to what they're looking at.
Sure. You talked a lot about the 9-box and how folks can use that. And one of the things I thought was very interesting was you talked about using the scatter plot afterwards to make sure that the organization is looking at things the right way. When you find that organizations are kind of focused either in we're really being really hard on our employees, or we're being a little bit maybe too soft on it, how do you deliver that message to the senior leadership to help them understand we've got to be a bit more objective here?
Well, I don't want to minimize our senior executives at all, but they are very visual, and sometimes just showing the the image of, hey, we got a lot of dots in one cluster. This might be something we need to look at. Most of them will respond like, oh my gosh, you're right, let's look at that. So I think the more avenues we can bring in, the tools again, that help, I think the talent planning process in general is such a great vehicle to help HR people play really strong with their executive partners and the operations folks of the company. So it's a great conversation to be in. And shows that you've got this real knowledge about their teams
and what they're trying to accomplish. It's great. Well, it certainly is a challenging time, but we have a lot of opportunity, and I appreciate you taking some time and sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having me.
All right.